Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the May 28th Al-Anon readings, Encourage to Change, and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I will take a moment to look this over. The question is, what can I do to keep the focus on my behavior instead of others? And the passage is about a person who used to take other people's inventory. Somehow they thought that if they, quote unquote, fixed everyone around them, that they would feel whole and fulfilled. But now that this person is in recovery, they realize that the person they should be spending should be giving their attention to is themselves. To get healthier, they have to look at themselves. Today's reminder, live and let live, reminds me of whose inventory I should be taking. Mine. And the quote is from Hope for Today. We mind our own business and shift the focus to ourselves so that we can change what we're in control of changing. That is beautiful. That makes perfect sense. So what can I do to keep the focus on my own behavior? I guess focus on myself, focus on my part in situations, focus on my responsibilities. And when I find myself thinking about how other people should do things, whenever I hear myself saying the word should, then I know that I'm trying to control a situation. And so that's a key for me to look at myself. Because the only thing I can control is my own behavior. I can't control anybody else's. And that's exactly what this passage is saying. I'll take a moment and look this over. This passage is about comparisons and how it can be useful to compare ourselves today with ourselves as we used to be. And it says, step 2, step two, as it applies to being restored to sanity, and then that comparison can be, when we compare ourselves to where we are today versus where we were in the past, we may see that we are being restored to sanity. This person writes about an awesome example of acting a certain way in the past and then realizing how off center they were in their thinking and seeing it now because they are more progressed in their recovery now. Today's reminder: we see progress in being restored to sanity. We see increasing confidence that progress will continue to happen for us. And we see examples of our higher power working with us in our lives. The quote is from Maltby D. Babcock. Our only job in life is to get ahead of ourselves. And I guess that means to just continue to improve. So I think that definitely over time, my serenity has increased. I know I've always done the best I can in whatever situation I'm in. I also acknowledge that for all the time that I've been in Al-Anon, that I go to meetings, that I work my program, I am able to focus on myself, try not to compare myself to others, which is really hard because I almost think it's like built in as a human being. But when I realize that I'm doing it, I realize that it's a waste of time. And like this passage is saying, if I compare myself to where I was in the past and where I am now, I'm a lot more gentle with myself now, where I don't say, oh, I was so whatever blank back then and now I'm no longer like that. I don't really find myself saying that as much because the older I get, the more I realize that legitimately, I say with 100% confidence, I was always doing the best I could. And so I'm still doing the best I can every day. But I do think that with every day, I'm learning more and more. So I'm grateful for that. And if I compare, what I knew back then compared to what I know now, then I know more because I've just been alive longer. But as I've said so many times, like, I'm amazed at how much I don't know. Like, on any given day, there's just so many things I don't know, so many things that I need other people to help me with. And I guess that's just a fact of life because we can't know everything. We just can't. So, it's okay. It's just accepting things as they are, I guess. We'll close out with a serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.